Hey, what is up, Boyo Nation? I'm back. I didn't plan on making this video. I only have about 15 minutes. Um, I have a topic in mind that I've been thinking, but I just wanted to bring my own input to this topic that just came to my attention. So, without further ado, let's go. So one of my friends, Truth-Seeking Orb, I was looking at his post. And then he bring about this person named Abba. Now you can check his own channel and see the situation going on. First things first aside, I see it. I see the problem. Abba, yes, Abba is a simp. Abba has no critical thinking, but Abba is innocent. He had good intentions. He didn't do any crime, right? And his partner was doing all this stuff, and as a rice cell, I do not condone this. Yes, I do not condone this as well. But I also do not think this is something embarrassing to me, to be honest. Because the way Truth puts it, and he often uses situations from people and celebrities and just dudes on the internet going into this drama, going into these relationships. The problem, I have is that Truth makes it so that it is my problem as a man when some other dude from miles and miles away from me, he he makes a dumb decision. He has not considered the consequences of it. He has not seen the gender impairments of it, the impairments of the social connections are dead, right, are broken. But then, it is my problem. I'm not denying these things. Like I said before, I've already put out a post about the current dating situation in my own country. I just don't see why it is my problem when someone is acting this foolish at all. Should I be embarrassed of it? Maybe, but I don't see the point of making this as if it's an us versus them mentality, because I don't see any difference with how the normies and all these NPCs, not even, I don't see these people as, what you call normies and NPCs as normal people at all, with normal lives. Because they're looking for drama, they always want to say about everything about these situations, about, the government, or a celebrity, or a relationship drama. It's like this external locus of validation is stirred upon on echo chambers, online echo chambers, and the manosphere is no different. Red pill, blue pill, black pill, left, right. Everybody wants to have a say about these things, which isn't bad, but there are serious potential risks involved. It's easy to make it as a dogma. It's easy to make it tribal. The us versus them mentality. I suspect that this isn't any different from what the bagels would do when they approach societies that they resent. They make it everybody's problem, and then they made it so that the most important nodes of society, the XX, do not like the dudes, right? The XY, and then the in-group fighting just happens, the intra-group competition happens, the us versus them mentality, and then you got this, you got this hellhole festering of isms and ideologies. Some of these ideologies are helpful, yes, but they're not everything. Same thing with symbols, same thing with archetypes, and whatever you want to call it. There are risks of putting your life on the line just so you have to become a man, just so you do it in the name of brotherhood. I'm sorry. In many cases, you're only making it worse. you're stopping more and more people to be aware of themselves and actually becoming a quote-unquote man. Because it gets confusing. What is a man actually? What is a man, you know? Like many things. It's a lot of things, you know? I think better ways of viewing a man is obviously, there's a little bit of biology and genetics and anthropology, but it's your definition of man and brotherhood, as far as I can tell, it's too abstract. It's too easy for it to be criticized and antagonized. I'm just saying the risk here. I'm not a libtard and, you know, just be pissed about, you know, getting cortisol spiked and triggered because other people disagree with me or whatever. Right? It's like that one episode of Homer Simpson taking Bart to the woods, and then the deers, you know, the animals started making Bart uncomfortable, and then, you know, it ironically only would make Bart, you know, like that of a princess, right? If that's what you want to call it. Homer isn't really helping Bart. I don't see the difference with these echo chambers. These echo chambers are just gonna reinforce this mentality of in-group competition and whatever it is, which is fine because at one point it does make people aware of these stuff, you know. But for me, it's just, don't be surprised if I don't submit to your cause. I only care about my life and my interests. I'm literally making this video as a friend of yours, giving advice. That's all, but that's all I can give. I can't tell you how to be a man or a blackpill. I understand that you're disappointed, you know. In your real life, you see these simps and gums, but looking at in the internet, you're no different than the average normie and NPC looking for drama about relationships. I don't see, where is the fucking MGTOW that you're trying to tell other people? If you look into these relationships, if you look into these TikToks and drama, instead of telling men what to do in their free time, you know, sure, people are going to make it cope, you know, like the average BP inkwell may say it's cope, but it's fine. Because you're not making it their problem. You're just giving them advice, you know. They just so happens to stumble upon the video, and then ho ho ho, we can get back to our lives and do whatever the fuck we want, right? I'm saying this out loud because I have limited time. So yeah, there's that. I'm not embarrassed at all. If anything, I want Abba to take it up his own. I want Abba to own up to his mistakes. Because I don't know what Abba has went through. I don't know his childhood. And we all make mistakes, you know. I understand that we need to be aware of it. I understand that we need to be aware of it. But this idea of a civil war or tribal conflict, the overthrowing of the government, right? It's not flashy. I don't think that's how I don't find it compelling at all, you know. It's like what they do. Oh, in the future there's gonna be this and that. Oh, you're gonna go to the nether realm, you know, you're gonna burn and whatever. It's like what the bagels do. They instruct fear and then they make it everybody's problem. Sorry. I have problems myself too. I'm not living in the West, yes, because much of these echo chambers are in the West, and I'm from the East. I'm from the other side of the ring, right? The Pacific Ring. It's not any better here. Yes, I know. So stop trying to put more mud in the sand. Because I don't really care about being a man. At the very least, your idea of being a man and being part of your mission and brotherhood. I know you're disappointed. I'm disappointed as well. But I keep it to myself until the time comes. And even that, I don't force people to understand me completely about my pain. I just make these videos, and these videos, a lot of it is about the how of these things. Because this isn't normal at all. I don't find this quote unquote normal, or there are like serious problems with this. It's ruining everybody, you know? And I just don't get it. This MGTOW thing is just gonna be an echo chamber. It's just a symptom of another problem. Same thing with the ABBA situation, same thing with them taking these contraceptive pills and divorce rates and the daddy government type of thing. More things for your amusement, right? Sorry, Truth, I'm not gonna join your mission. I'm your friend, but I'm not your brother. Okay, I only have a few minutes left. The reason why this is happening, I think it's because, ironically, because in life we are in this current gynocentric free-for-all where everybody gets to do whatever the hell they want. There is no accountability in real life. You know, it's that one quote about the internet is an escape from real life. But now real life is an escape from the internet. You know? People just... There is no fine line between the internet and real life. And it's because of this hyper-individualistic false worship of the false inverted self. You know, just achieve your dreams, bucko. Creating this fester and fester of people with a weird combination of their biology and genetics, and just been given these dreams and low time preferences, and then they get disappointed and then they lash out onto the internet. No excuses. I don't have any excuses. Both XX and XY, the Manosphere and the book talk or whatever, you know, TikTok, YouTube, no excuses at all. I certainly have done this in the past, but I made sure that I'm very clear about how I want to approach these things. And I hope that you can do the same. Because, and I trust you're gonna take this advice, right? You're going to see your setbacks, right? Your drawbacks, right? Your biology, your line of thought is very connected to social connections, to kin and tribe, to connections and closehood and brotherhood. But you were put in a society that no longer respects it. In a society that completely scrutinizes it. You know, you said it yourself that your father was like, you know, was irresponsible or whatever. So is your mother. And I'm sorry, but that thing is flourishing in your YouTube channel. And the only way, you know, I can only tell you that you should be aware of this type of stuff. I can't fully comprehend it in just 15 minutes. So this is all I could say. You know, your traditionalism, your brotherhood kind of deal, it's no longer useful anymore. Ironically, because people are just doing this free-for-all. And I don't blame you. Some of it is of your audience, right? It's just that we're in this society, you know, where people just can't really sit back by themselves and be bored, sit with their thoughts, right? Everybody just has to talk and talk and talk. without any meaning, without any, just words, no meaning, no delivery, no message. Cheers and cauliflower ears.